This is Gilgamesh, and for one thing, I might be uploading this to YouTube. I haven't been on there in a long time because my account got terminated when Biden was president under the COVID crap. So I may put this, and if I do, I want to bring something up. Warner Brothers is going to be sold, and Skydance is going to get it. There's a couple of reasons for that. It's exactly what happened with Paramount. Skydance is run by David Ellison. His father is Larry Ellison. Larry Ellison runs Oracle. He's also in a group called the PayPal Mafia or Palantir. They run our government. Now, Warner Brothers has turned down their 3 offers, and the reason for this is they are not going to be allowed to sell to anyone else. Netflix will not get their hands on it. Sony will not. They're going to let them talk to other, and what will happen is the FCC will never approve this sale to any company but Skydance. That's why they're letting Warner Brothers find out the hard way. They are not going to be bought by any other company. This is how the game is played. You know, it's like what happened. Warner Brothers doesn't understand. They have no leverage in this. These other companies have no power to buy the company, because just like I'll tell you how these mergers happen. It's who you know. It's like Rupert Murdoch. When Trump was president first time, he wanted Disney to buy 20th Century Fox. He and Trump are friends. So and of course Palantir was involved in this. And what they did was, they were like, okay, we'll let you sell 20th to Disney. And that's why Comcast couldn't get their hands on it. No matter how much money, they were never going to get 20th Century Fox. The same thing here. Doesn't matter how much offer. Warner Brothers has no choice in the matter. And that sounds it is who do you know? And David Ellison, father is Larry Ellison. So Warner Brothers think they're going to make a deal. It will never be approved. And this is why they're allowed to act like they have any power to go to anyone else. They'll let them talk to Netflix, to Sony, but when it comes down to it, the deal will never be approved. Not by the president, not by the FCC. They will never approve it. They'll deny them because they'll find out the hard way. There's only one company allowed to buy them, and that is Skydance Paramount. And that's the real truth. So everybody thinking, it'll go to Universal. No, Universal will be denied. They'll get told, nope, we're not approving it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the board of directors of Warner Bros. They have no leverage in this. See, turning down Skydance was part of the plan. They want them to think, we're going to sell to this. We're going to sell. It'll never be. It doesn't matter if they vote on it and approve it. It has to go through the government. And this is where the FCC comes in, and they will shoot it down and say, nope, we're not going to approve this merger. They won't approve it. Netflix is not going to get it. They're an outside company. They're not going to get it. Sony, they're not going to let the Japanese get their hands on another film studio. Because I know they want the gaming part, but they're not going to get their hands on it. Sorry, Sony, you're not getting anything from Warner Brothers. Unless Skydance sells it off. So what we have is, we have a company thinking it has leverage. It doesn't. Just like Paramount. There is nothing Warner Brothers can do. Go ahead and talk to Netflix. Listen to what they offer. It will never be approved. I'll promise you this. Larry Ellison, Palantir will never approve the sale to anyone but Skydance. Go ahead, Warner Brothers, board of directors, go talk to other people. Your offers will be denied outright by Palantir. Yeah, they are the people that run your government. Hell, they run the world. And here's another thing. For all the people, I was listening to Neon yesterday talk about AI. Oh, let me explain. The AI that people see, that's what you get to use. You're not going to get the AI that Palantir created, the one that allowed them to shut down the internet right before the attack in Iran, the one that you could call it Skynet if you want. Yeah, they already built their AI. Why do you think all these countries are getting in digital ID? It's called control. That's what it is. America's going to have it too. If you think this isn't coming to the U.S., it will. You're all going to have digital ID. You're going to be totally, and that's the form of authoritarianism that communists never think about. You're never going to share the wealth, and it's hilarious how people, communists, think, oh, Maldani, whatever his name is, he got in. Here's the poison fruit. There was no real choice. They didn't want you voting for Curtis Silva, the Republican. They gave you two shitty choices: Maldani, Andrew Cuomo. And the funny thing, this was all done on purpose so that all the communists could pull the mask off and finally show that they're communists. Maldani cannot raise taxes. Only Kathy Hochul, and he knows this. Only the state government in Albany can raise any taxes. Two, he can't give free bus. He can't do free buses because that's federal transportation. That's the federal government. He doesn't have any say in that. And as far as housing, he's not going to do that really either because it'll just cause the price to keep going up. So he's kind of screwed himself, and then he put a video out begging his supporters to give him money. He's a failure already, and this is what cracks me up. There's nothing, because in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Jacob Fry got reelected to a third term, and the other guy in the city council. Why? Because they changed the zoning codes that allowed them to build more housing and bring the prices down for people to buy a home, also people to rent. So housing prices in Minneapolis, Minnesota are already low. So this is why the Somali communists couldn't win. It was like people looked at, oh yeah, housing's cheap here. Why would we go against that? It was like, yeah. So this is the problem. All this that happened Tuesday is not going to affect anything that's come up next year. And when the Supreme Court finally rules in the government's favor as far as the whole thing with the Civil Rights Act, and don't worry about Prop 50, that will never hold up it's a racist, they use racism to pass Prop 50 in California, which redistricts in such a way it takes away anybody who's Republican from being able to have which is illegal to begin with. And they did it based on, Latinos. Just like in all the red states where they got black Democrats, they artificially created these gerrymandering districts so that only blacks could vote, and black Democrats could only win. That's what they're trying to do in California. And it'll never hold up, and they know it. But getting back to this, yeah. Warner Brothers right now doesn't know. They have no power in this game. They will be, the board of directors has no say. So what happened? They give them 3 offers and then they step back. Everyone goes, oh no. AI is going to say, well, they're going to talk to other people. Go talk to other people. I'll promise you this. You're never going to be allowed to be bought by anyone but Skydance Paramount. Because of Larry Ellison being part of Palantir, they will never allow Netflix to get it. They'll never allow Comcast to get it. They won't allow Sony to get any of it. It's only going to be one company. Watch what happens. I promise you. Everybody thinks that, this is real simple. They're going to be bought by... No. The deal will never be approved if it is not Skydance Paramount. Because David Ellison is Larry Ellison's son. He's the founder of Oracle, which, by the way, keeps all data from TikTok that's used in the U.S. is kept at Oracle. It doesn't go to China. So there you go. But now, that's the thing is, yeah, you can see, Palantir plays these games. Oh my God, Americans in general don't like what's going on over there with Israel and Gaza. Most Americans agree. They don't like it. Well, they have no say. It doesn't matter if you like it or not. Palantir is running that whole thing, and they run your government. So, yeah, and they are the scariest men in the world and the smartest men, and they are the most dangerous too, because whatever they want to do, they will do it, and there's nothing you can do. They run the CIA people. And if you think they can't shut your ability, they run all the corporations, all these tech companies, they go through Palantir. Palantir are the ones that decide they get a government contract. So they're going to do whatever, yeah. And that's why you had Silver, the Saudi gaming company, buying EA, and the whole thing with Microsoft's putting Halo over on PlayStation is not that big of a thing. The consoles never really had this whole, console war was always a joke. because it's PC that's been the one that's always won. Yes, I have an Xbox, but I had once the Switch until I saw the way Sony was acting, especially with their new console and the way they're treating this lawsuit they have against Palworld. I wanted nothing to do with them, and I'm not a big fan of Sony. I don't like the controller. It hurts. I have rheumatoid arthritis. The Xbox controller, this controller, the way that Microsoft designed this thing, look at the way it fits in your hands. It's curved to fit comfortably so that your hands don't get hurt as you hold this thing. See how your hands fit comfortably? Sony didn't do that. Their controller absolutely sucks. You ever wonder why your hands hurt when you hold it for too long? That's why most PC gamers only get an Xbox controller if they're going to play with a controller on their PC. Yeah. Because the PlayStation controller sucks. Yeah, it has that middle thing that you can move, but overall, the longer you hold that controller, the more your hands hurt. And that's just a fact. So, yeah. But getting back to this, Skydance is the only company that's going to be allowed because David Ellison, they're allowing. See, Larry Ellison's allowing, so Warner Brothers think they can go to anyone. They're not going to be able to. And so in the end, it'll be bought by Skydance, and people go, how'd this, I told you. It's because Palantir will only allow Skydance to own Warner Brothers. So buy Comcast, buy Sony, buy, I said Comcast, Netflix, anybody else thinking they're going to get it by Skydance, you're going to find out the hard way. They will never approve anybody but Skydance owning it. Yeah, there you go. I just want to do that real quick. This is Gilgamesh. I will talk to you later. Bye.